House to order, please, so we can hear the question. So that we can all hear the question.
What is the New South Wales Government doing to keep community safe, reduce reoffending and any related matters?
Equal Minister for Counter-Terrorism.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the member for Seven Hills for his question. Of course, he's a former police prosecutor, and he's used to asking questions. There's plenty of questions to be asked around here, Madam Speaker, like why the member for Prospect sacked all of his staff before Christmas. We're asking
Member for Kira. That's what you were doing, Member for Kira.
why the member for Fairfield has been challenged by a police officer for police selection. I mean, he's the Shadow Minister for Police, and he's got a collar changing for police selection. Talk about stakeholder engagement. I mean, you've got to keep them on side. Why, of course,
Whoever's making the noise, you'll
Why
stress
talk
out
about
without warning.
prospects?
It's not funny.
why the member for Prospect is driving around with a peephole in
Member
his
for
car.
Canterbury, you're on a call.
Madam Speaker, there's plenty of questions to be asked around here, but this question, of course, is very important. Because after the government last year passed the Terrorism High Risk Offenders Act, corrective services in the New South Wales Police and other agencies have been working to introduce the scheme. This new law will keep radicalised and dangerous criminals behind bars if they pose an unacceptable risk of committing serious offences after completing their sentences. It will apply to offenders in prison or on parole, Madam Speaker, so most of those Labor MPs who are in jail at the moment will probably have to comply with this. These offenders will face continuing detention orders or extended supervision orders after an application. Madam Speaker, I acknowledge the interjection from Madam 8%. Madam 8%, the lady, the first woman in 150 years to drop the F word in Parliament. Isn't her mother so proud? Isn't her mother so proud? You kiss your mother. You kiss your mother now.
Stop shouting at the Minister.
This is about being responsive to the threat of terrorism, Madam Speaker, and if offender continues to be an unacceptable risk, then it is vital that we will have laws that will protect the community. Madam Speaker, these are counter-terrorism laws, but I note those opposite still don't have a position on counter-terrorism. Yesterday, the Leader of the Opposition criticised me for not going hard enough. He's trying to outflank me from the right. Now, Madam Speaker, I'm a big bloke. There's not going to be much room there. Madam Speaker, he's trying to outflank me. But a year ago, Madam Speaker, he said we didn't need a shadow minister. We didn't need a minister for counter-terrorism. Now he's saying I'm not doing enough. Meanwhile, the Cessnock branch of the Labor Party is calling for a counter-terrorism minister, but the shadow minister for police can't buy in because he's getting challenged by the police force. Madam Speaker, I cannot believe where the opposition is trying to go with counter-terrorism laws, Madam Speaker. Yesterday, as I said, he even got criticised by the Greens. Madam Speaker, this government is committed to reducing the rate of adult offending by 5%. Now, we're trying to get on top of that with incarcerating as many former Labor MPs as possible.
Conversations in the chamber.
And we're delivering $237 million in that regard, targeting high-risk and persistent offenders who are responsible for a disproportionate amount of crime. Madam Speaker, this intervention recognises that previously there have been high-risk offenders who slipped through the gaps and had to wait until they were in prison before participating in programs. Targeting a priority cohort earlier at all points of their contact with the justice system is having the greatest impact on reducing reoffending and increasing community safety. Through this package, we're expanding participation in violence, addiction and sex offender programs for prisoners and parolees. We're introducing one-on-one case management and intervention for priority domestic violence offences after they're charged, and we're improving training for staff. 345 psychologists, community corrections officers and other skilled staff are being employed as part of this record spend. It means corrections is engaging in 42,000 offenders each year in evidence-based interventions which will reduce the amount and the risk of reoffending. Madam Speaker, we are targeting priority offenders. The Extra Offender Management Service is a voluntary 12-week program that works with offenders to address the underlying causes of their offending. This program is also delivered by non-government organisations working closely with corrections and other organisations at a local level. I'm delighted it's been delivered in Burwood, Parramatta, Dubbo, Northern Rivers, Liverpool and Tamworth. Madam Speaker, the local coordinated multi-agency offender program is also providing coordinated multi-agency case management for a more targeted group of priority offenders, with offenders managed by both corrective services and the extra offender management service. This is more intensive and it's a program for offenders deemed a priority by corrections. The initiative aims to assist the offenders to address the underlying causes of their reoffending.
Member for Seven Hills.
I seek an extension.
2 minutes is granted. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The 4 partner agencies are working in conjunction to rehabilitate the offenders, and those agencies include corrections, police, health and family and community services. Madam Speaker, but we're not stopping there. This government has also introduced reforms to the parole system, which provides for more powers to parole officers to manage breaches, to introduce a community safety test for the State Parole Authority, strengthen supervision for all parolees and introduce the tailor-made parolee system for juveniles. Madam Speaker, Youth on Track has been a great success of this government. With the reduction of juvenile detainees from 330 when I became the Minister to 284, I'm confident that Youth on Track is a scheme which is designed to coordinate services with success for these 10 to 17-year-olds who are at long-term risk of being involved in the criminal justice system. It enables police and teachers with the means to refer young offenders into support without requiring a court order. It's been delivered in the Hunter, the Mid-North Coast and in Blacktown, and we are now rolling out 3 new sites in the Central West, the Coffs Clarence and the New England. Since it started, Madam Speaker, more than 500 young people and their families have participated in the program with exceptionally good results. Specifically, 86% of participants reduced or stabilised formal contact with the police in 12 months. In 2016-17 financial year, 578 suitable young people were referred to Youth on Track, with 248 voluntarily engaging in the program. This, Madam Speaker, means the amount of participants in our highly successful Reducing Reoffending program has doubled over the last 2 financial years. Madam Speaker, community safety is a priority of this government, and with this investment in prisoner beds and also rehabilitation programs, we believe we'll be reducing reoffending and making a real and lasting difference to the people of New South Wales.
Thank you.